You won't believe that this woman called me later. And she asked why I said yes to Bode without informing her that I was going to say yes. Hello, it's another week and you're welcome to Life Stories with Bode. Last week was so busy for me, so busy that I didn't have time to do this. And so today is Sunday morning and I'm getting ready to go to church. And I just thought to myself that if I don't record this now, I won't have time to be able to edit and post. And it's a lot of work to record and edit. In that vein, don't forget to subscribe, engage, leave your comments, send links to your friends. A lot of people need this kind of platform because a lot of people just need people to talk to, and a lot of people are trying to make some decisions, and some of these things that we talk about here can help them. Take it from me that you are changing lives, because there's so many reviews and so many feedbacks that I get that makes me happy. It's not just because I want to get views and get compensated by YouTube. Not just that. Yes, I like the money, but it's not that, because I know that there's so many people who need this platform. There's so many people that this platform needs to get out to, And I know that this program is changing lives, one life at a time. We are changing people's lives. I have a story today, but I'm just going to quickly run into that story because, like I said I have to go to church today. Hello, Busi. My story is a crazy story, and sometimes people don't understand. Some say I'm being unreasonable, some say I'm selfish, but for my sanity, I have decided to do me and do things my own way. First, I'll say I love my husband, Bode, and I know he loves me too, but there are certain things I believe should go with marriage, and he doesn't have it, so we have chosen to live separately. Yes, he lives with his mother, and I'm sorry I can't live with her. People may crucify me or even say I'm not submissive or tolerant. I can't live in the same house with her. I'll give you a background story. So, we met as students in a school in England. I basically grew up in England. My parents relocated here when I was like 13. So, we met in the university and we fell in love. Then, his father and his only sister died within a month of each other, and he had to go back to Nigeria. He went and he made it clear that he wasn't going to come back. So he said he needed to be there for his mother, and I understood everything. He abandoned everything in England and he left for Nigeria. I came into Nigeria for the burial of his dad and noticed that his mom was behaving funny. When he's not around, she would shout at me and even insult me. Like, she would say things like, she doesn't see what her son sees in me, that I'm too dark. When her son is around, she'll suddenly switch to a loving woman, acting as if she was concerned about me, asking if I've eaten, hugging me, and all that. I was confused, but I put it down to post-traumatic syndrome of someone who's lost two loved ones within a month of each other. I didn't want to put any pressure on Bode because it was really a tough period for him too. When I went back to England, Bode would call me and tell me that his mother speaks highly of me, that she really loves me and all that. I visited Nigeria a year after his father died, and Bode proposed to me. You won't believe that this woman called me later. And she asked why I said yes to Bode without informing her that I was going to say yes. She said Bode didn't even take proper permission. She said she would have me know that she's the most important person in her son's life and that there's no room for me. When I told Bode, he said I must have been mistaken about what she said. We both called her on WhatsApp and she sounded so nice. She was like she couldn't wait for me to be her daughter-in-law, a woman that was ranting just like an hour before. So I concluded that she must be bipolar. I confided in my mom and she said that it must be post-traumatic stress. My mom said that the only thing she was concerned about was the responsibility that Bode would shoulder as the only surviving son. At the point, I told Bode to give me space and time to review whether I wanted to continue. Guess who came visiting with Bode to plead with me? They came all the way from Nigeria. Yes, you guessed right, his mother. She even became my mother's friend. I accepted, and the wedding plans commenced. The wedding was in England. We went for honeymoon in Paris, and guess who called every day? Your guess is right. It's Mom, during our honeymoon. I told him that I was uncomfortable with her calling during our honeymoon, and he made excuses for her. We moved back to Nigeria, and I was glad that our house was far away from her. She lived on the mainland and we're on the highland. She still called him every day. When I raised it, he didn't say anything wrong. He said that his mother had gone through a lot, and if calling him every day would help her, so be it. I found out that Bode was quite unreasonable where his mother was concerned. I tried to be a good daughter-in-law, but I was not good enough for her son. She was like the one controlling our house with her little finger. Imagine her calling the son at 10 p.m. one night, and he was asleep. I didn't want to pick the phone initially. She kept calling, and I had to pick the phone to explain to her that he was asleep. That was one mistake I vowed never to commit again. She started shouting that is it because of sex that her son doesn't even enjoy with me, that I didn't allow him to pick up her call. I was numb. I didn't say one word. I just left the phone on speaker, woke up her son for her. That statement about her sex life caused a big rift between Bode and me. When I confronted Bode, he said I had never discussed anything like that with her. The next day, she called Bode and told him to put the phone on speaker, that she wanted to speak to me. She started apologizing that she was in pain the night before and being unable to reach her son aggravated the pain. Bode thought that he had switched the phone off. And I told him that I think that his mother needed to get therapy apart from seeing normal doctors. Ha! I just heard from the phone. What this means is that she's saying that the lady's mom is the one that is mad, and that our family, the generation before and the generations to come, are the ones that are mad. She started shouting at a point that Bode should see all the insult that she had to bear because of him. Then they started crying and coughing, doing all sorts of drama, that Bode had to leave the house that night to the mainland and slept there. I tried not to step on her toes, walking on eggshells around her. I just made sure that her son was around when I visited. I treated her the way I believe that I would treat my own mother. It took us about 3 years to conceive and have a baby. And to tell the truth, I don't know how I survived that period. This woman gave me full-time drama. 1 minute, I'm barren and I can't conceive. The next, I must have lived a promiscuous life. The next minute, she will send holy water to me. I never took it. I had my baby and she moved in with us against my wish. That was disaster on the go. She brought in our chef. She brought a chef with her because she claimed I didn't know how to make good food. But they will give the chef money to make food, and that one will make tasteless concoctions. When I asked the chef to make me something else, it will say that he can only change menu or cook something different on Mama's instructions. I didn't say too much. I started cooking my own food or order food when I can. Do you know that this woman said that I didn't care whether she eats or not, that me, I go and order food from outside? For God's sake, you brought an old chef to live in my house. Hey, the baby that she claimed that she came to take care of, she never carried for 1 day, not even changed diaper for 1 day. She said that her job wasn't to do physical activities, but to monitor the way I take care of the baby. I didn't mind, but the constant, that's not the way it should be done. Why are you behaving like that? That's not the way to take care of a baby. All those things ticked me off. Have I raised a baby before? Was that not the reason why she was there? And she never did it. And she never did anything, so I did it the way I could. This went on and on. This woman moved into our house permanently. Every time she would say that the house was her husband's house, and I can't chase her out. The house was willed to Bode. Let me tell you some of the annoying things that she does. She came one day and she said that the mattress in her room wasn't hard enough and preferred the one in her room. But they went the next day to get a new mattress. She said she didn't like it, but they suggested that we might need to switch rooms. Imagine. Before that time, we were in our room trying to get our groove on, and this woman would start knocking, boosting in the middle of lovemaking. Imagine, we had to start waiting for her to sleep and pray that she doesn't wake up to disturb us. Sometimes she would tell Bode that she can't sleep, and that one will go and stay with her in the sitting room. When she confirms that I'm asleep, she will release him. I found that rather funny. The straw that broke the camel's back. Our son was diagnosed with Down syndrome, and this woman started insinuating that there was no way our son could be a member of their family because there was no such thing ever in their family. I was tired of reporting to Bode because his usual response was always try and tolerate her. He never stood up for me one day. I didn't allow all our drama to get to me. I had a bigger issue, which was how to manage my son's condition. Then I found out that Bode had gone ahead to order a DNA for our child. That broke me. He said that his mother kept badgering him, and he did it not because he doubted the paternity of our son, but his mother to have a closure about the issue. I'm back to England to live with my own parents. First, for better care and management for my son and for my sanity. But they think I'm being unreasonable, but Busi, I can't deal. Some people have said that some mother-in-laws are worse, but I can't manage it. But they said that he can't leave his mother in Nigeria and move to England. I've told him that I'm not telling him to. My parents support me on my decision, and some people say that they are spoiling me. What do you think? I love my husband, but I can't deal with his mother. Living with difficult people can be tough, and it's more frustrating when you have a man who can't stand up for you and create boundaries. So I understand what you're going through, plus the fact that you even have a special need child to take care of. So I understand what you're going through. It's a whole lot of things that you need to put up with all together. Your mother-in-law is behaving funny, your husband is not standing up for you, your child needs a lot of care and attention. And there's so much going on around you, and sometimes just want to find a safe space, somewhere where you can just be you, somewhere where you can just be normal for some time. So I understand why you have to run back to England. Yeah, I understand that. So take it one day at a time. I understand that you need space, but do not leave your land barren for too long for trespassers to encroach on. So take time out, keep the communication channels open with your husband. Just keep talking to him about your need to stay back for a while because of your child, because of course you'll get better care management there. And then come in once in a while if you can afford it. Come into Nigeria, stay for a while, you can go. Make sure that you guys are talking, explain how you feel to him. Let him just see reason with you. Don't make it look like it's his fault that you moved away. Just try to manage the situation. Don't let it look like it is his fault that you are in England. Don't let it look like you are fighting with him. I'll just implore you to manage the situation with a lot of wisdom so that it doesn't break your home. Okay. Shout out to great in-laws out there. I have great in-laws, and I'm so glad about the in-laws that I have. They've never stressed me, not giving me any trouble one day. No trouble, no issues, no drama, and I'm so grateful for that. I never met my mother-in-law, but my husband has a sister, just one sister, and she's an amazing person. She's an amazing person. If there's one person I know out there who is praying for me, it will be my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, who is like my mother-in-law, Mrs. Kolawole. Shout out to her. Mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws, you need to do better. Always put yourself in the position of the woman that you are terrorizing. We know that you've been in the man's life for a long time, but the Bible says that a man will leave his family and he will cleave to his wife and they will become one. Let them enjoy being one and stop causing rift in their families. Because all these things that mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws do, they have a long-time effect. If your son or your brother eventually separates from the wife, what about the children from the marriage? This thing has a long-time effect on these children and even on the man. Always try to note this when you are being very difficult. I know there are crazy daughter-in-laws too out there, but please, let's just begin to manage ourselves. We're adults. Let us manage ourselves and try to always put ourselves in other people's shoes. Maybe that way we can, respect ourselves better and do things in a better way. Like I said, I have to go to church and I have to go now. Guys, what do you think? Leave your comment in the comment section. Till next time when I come your way again, my name remains Adebusola Daily David. Bye.